Hello, this is Rocky with Genetix program, and let's talk a little bit about what are the main components of a successful diet. So why is it that it doesn't pan out, or you're unsuccessful, you're unhappy, and you find yourself either on a roller coaster up and down, and you can't seem to actually keep the weight off or get to a point where you're really excited about what you're doing. So one of the key factors we hear, all the time here is that people lose a lot of the motivation. There's going to be a time in your life where you're going to be very excited and your weight loss efforts, you're really going to start to see some results because you have that motivation. Something has motivated you at that point and has really got you fueled to keep going. But then when that falls off, how do you get that back? It's very hard. If you're working by yourself at your goals, it can be very tough. So you got to have that motivation, and it's got to come from somewhere, and it's got to be consistent, whether it's your friends, your family, your coworkers, or your coach. Certainly if there's somebody there for you, another human being who can keep you motivated, that's going to be a lot more powerful than you really having to, kind of shake yourself and rattle yourself all the time saying, I got to stay focused, I got to stay motivated. And it's a lot of psychology a lot of people don't really consider, but what makes you excited about what you're doing is going to have a lot to do with that motivation and how pumped up you are about what you're really doing, whether it's through the good ups and downs or not. So that's very important to keep that motivation alive and to be excited about what you're doing. And secondly is education. So you'll go on a diet program or you'll purchase some products, but you got to have some education come from that. If you're able to talk with somebody every day who is well educated and qualified, who knows what they're talking about. For example, let's take a mechanic. You go to the mechanic. Why? Because they have the knowledge. You don't have to become a mechanic yourself. You don't have the time. You're a professional at other things. You can't get a book for everything that you have to do. People think it should be pretty straightforward. I know how to lose weight right away because I know the simple basics. But there's a lot more things that go into it because your body has its own mentality, its own engine. And when you hit a plateau or when you're not losing weight, the education is very important for somebody who's a professional or an expert to actually look at what's going on and be there for you, and the consistency is very important too. So you don't have a lot of time in between to sit down and maybe, read a book about nutrition and these things. It's very important to get the education from what you're doing because now you can actually make it a lifestyle change. Your body will have something to say about what you're doing, and you need to be able to overcome those hurdles by having the knowledge of what's really going on, what's safe for your body, what works for your body, instead of sort of randomly testing, spending money and time. It can be a little frustrating. So it's good to work with somebody and have that resource of education, somebody who already has that experience and can really tell you how to approach it. So you'll learn in the long term, and you can take that with you down the road for the rest of your life. And thirdly is the accountability. So you go on a program, you want to lose weight. Maybe you don't want to tell the world about what you're doing. You don't want to announce online or on Facebook somewhere, hey everybody, I'm starting a weight loss program or I'm starting to lose weight. That would actually help you stay accountable. But again, maybe it's something you want to keep private, or you just want to start trying on your own and let people see for themselves, as you get your results. And holding yourself accountable is very important. There's going to be a lot of times where you're going to go out and talk with people and they'll kind of sway you to do things, not because they want to harm you and they don't want you to be on a diet and see results, but life gets in the way. And unless there's somebody there to help you track things and help you monitor things, you're going to do it all yourself. And when you really look at it later on, you're thinking, well, who really cares? I've even told people I'm on a diet. They don't really seem to bother after a while. They wish you well and everything's great in the beginning, but it's very important. You're going to have moments of weakness, moments of power. You're going to have those ups and downs. And what will sidetrack you is not holding yourself accountable and saying, well, if I can't hold myself accountable, who will? You got to at least have somebody to hold you accountable that actually cares about what you're doing and help your psychology as well to say, you know what, I know I can stay focused. I know I can get through this. And what you'll begin to see over time is that you can actually reach your goals one by one. There's going to be more than enough challenges that will come your way, but by having a real objective and saying, I'm talking with a coach every day, that person is on my side, they have my best interests, And, I really want to do this. This is my time to really go after my goals and reach my goals once and for all. So you really want to ask yourself those questions. Am I getting those 3 components? And am I really setting myself up for success with the kind of resources I need in order to really say, I've got this time. I'm really going to get to my goals. There's nothing that's going to stop me now, and I'm on my way. So come on back and check out our Facebook and all of our social media. So if you haven't followed us on our Facebook and on our Twitter, go ahead and do so, and we'll see you next time.